going on, guys? Callsign Rice here, back again with another YouTube video, and as you can see in front of me, we're doing an updated gear loadout video. I did one of these a couple months ago with my older gear and my SCP cosplay type stuff, but I've changed a lot of that and replaced it, so we're going to move on and we're going to do an updated gear loadout. Since some of you guys are new fans and you haven't actually seen my loadout in depth, I'm going to go through each and every aspect, give you guys the prices, and basically where you can find them in terms of links. All the stuff that I list here today will be down in the description below on my official Callsign Rice gear document. So if you're interested in any of this stuff, it'll all be listed for you guys and you can go check it out. Now, unfortunately, some of this stuff I did get off of HopUp secondhand, so the links will not be available. However, I'll try to find a direct alternative if you are interested in that particular item. So let's get into it quickly. We're going to start from head to toe and we're going to get through this. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and let's get into it. So starting off from the top, we have my Amazon Fast helmet. This is a replica Fast helmet from Amazon. Obviously, it is about $40 or $50 on Amazon. Gear link will be again in the description below, but it's a black Fast helmet and you have a black IDO Gear multicam helmet cover with a black IDO Gear battery case with the portable charger on the back. So this helmet I actually have to replace due to a couple things being broken on it, but it's pretty simple of a helmet setup considering I don't really run anything on it and it's more just for recording. I prefer to wear a baseball hat with just my regular ear pro on, and I'll go into my ear pro after this. But starting from the top, we have a V-light. I picked this up at my field. It's just a dead light for when I play night games and people can see when you're dead. So it's solid burning, strobe, and then you can obviously turn it off. Next to it on the left side, we have a glow stick. It's just for show, no real purpose for it, but everything can be retained through a bungee that you can tighten with a little plastic piece. With the battery case, we have my last name. It's just a custom patch that I got off Facebook, and I think this looks really nice and adds a little bit of personal touch to the helmet. With the battery charging, we have just a basic gas station battery charger. Nothing too crazy, and it wasn't expensive at all. It was about $5 and really works, and it lasts a while, so you don't have to worry about your GoPro dying while in the field when you're trying to record. Wired from that battery charger, we have a GoPro charging wire. It runs from the left side of the helmet to the front, all the way up where you have an imitation GoPro recording mount or GoPro mounting port, so you can put your GoPro on and record your games. You can plug it in so it charges at the same time. Now, with my GoPro, I run a GoPro Hero 8 Black at 2.7K, 120 frames with Hyper Smooth on. That's why my GoPro recording videos are so smooth when I'm running around. The Hyper Smooth on the camera really works and it does an amazing job. So this is my helmet, nothing too crazy. I separated my ear pro from my helmet, and let's get into that right now. So in terms of my ear pro, I run TacSky Contact 2s. These things are really sturdy and they're very comfortable on your head. They have a covering on the headband, so when it's on your head, it's not scratching against hard plastic or really injuring yourself. They're comfortable to wear throughout the day, and they look really nice. In terms of a mercenary loadout, if you're not wearing a helmet, you can just wear these over a hat, and they're very comfortable. In terms of the wiring, it's very good covered wiring with a NATO mount that you can plug into a PTT off a plate carrier, and it works really well. These aren't really cheap. They're $120, and they work extremely well. They have the deafen and enhanced hearing mode, so you can choose how much or how little you want to hear through these. I wouldn't recommend taking these to an actual gun range because they're obviously repros, but they do work very well for airsoft and really help against being hit in the ear by BBs or grenades or anything loud that goes off next to you. They take two AA batteries, one in each side, and they're very comfortable and they're very soft. So do recommend using these because I have loved these ever since I got them a couple months ago. Moving down, we have my iPro. I got a brand new pair of Oakley Radar EV Paths in Prism Black. These are very good ear pro. They're impact rated and they're used for a lot of action sports, mountain biking, baseball, whatever. They look really nice, and a lot of people in the airsoft community as well as the shooting world use these. They're great sunglasses. I believe they're polarized as well, and they look really intimidating on your person, especially if you wear a black kit. They're full seal, so they wrap around and they're very tight to your face. You don't have to worry about a BB going through or around them in terms of the bottom or the top, as well as the sides. They do wrap fully around, so they look really nice as well. I do recommend getting yourself a pair of these. I got them for $230. On the Oakley website, they are about $250. You can get these at a Dick's, Walmart, or whatever. Make sure you get them official, though. You don't want to get any repros because One thing that I do suggest with newer Airsoft players is you don't cheap out on iPro. That's the one thing you don't cheap out on. Everything else, you don't really need anything expensive, but you only have one set of eyes, why don't you protect them? Moving in to my plate carrier and my vest. This is a basic Yakuza Amazon plate carrier, and I've changed some stuff around and made some modifications to my plate carrier for myself, but in terms of the base model, it's just an Amazon plate carrier, and I've really changed some things to make it look a little bit more appealing. So on the front, we have an admin pouch. This comes with the plate carrier, and I like to put extra stuff in it like grenades, batteries, dead rags, wristbands, whatever I need, maybe my wallet or my phone when I'm off the field, but really good for carrying stuff around. As of right now, I have my extra magazine. I carry 8 on my person, 1 in the admin pouch, 6 on my vest, and 1 on my belt, and we'll go into that after. But in terms of magazines, I run Crytek 150s with the BB feeder window, so you can see how many BBs you have left. One cool feature with these magazines is that you can actually press a little orange piece at the bottom, take the cap off, and slide it out from the bottom, and you can actually see a clear magazine where you can see all the BBs that are fed through and see if you need to reload or not. It's really easy for reloading to see how many more BBs you need to put in. But yeah, these magazines are great. They're black, and they have a stippling at the bottom for indexing, and they're very smooth, has some good weight to them, so I do suggest picking up a pair of these magazines. The other magazines that I run are pretty cheap. They are, maybe $15, $20 a piece. They're Banff 190s. They're a little bit more of a cheaper magazine. The mag window it's not functional. You can't actually see anything through it. It's just for show. But these mags are sturdy. They hold up great. I've had these for a while. They're all plastic, obviously. On the bottom, we have a mag pull, mag assist. These are for 5.56 magazines, and they work really well. They add some good style to them. So definitely pick up some mag pulls, and it's easier for pulling magazines in and out. But back to the plate carrier. Inside the magazine pouches are some Kydex molding, so when you pull your magazine, they won't tighten up on you and you won't have difficulty putting them back in. They just slide in, and they're pretty well retained, so they don't fall out on you when you're running. Moving up to the top, we have a black carabiner that I got off Amazon as well. This is for my gloves. When I take them off, I can strap them on and just hold them so I don't have to put them in a pocket or worry about losing them on a table or something like that. But definitely suggest getting a good pair of carabiners for your belt or your vest, wherever you want to hold stuff. You can also put chem lights on this, or any type of stuff that you want to mount on. But moving to the middle of it, we have a Strike Entertainment Airsoft patch. Big shout out to Anthony over at Strike Entertainment. We're good friends over there. We do help each other out with some videos. He was actually featured in my last drill video. Go check his Airsoft channel out. Great guy. The PTT actually came with the TacSky Comtac 2s. It's great for push-to-talk and the radio and that kind of stuff. So if you look at the wiring, it's mounted on the front, goes through the loop on the left side, goes up through the shoulder, and to the rear into my Baofeng UV5R with an extended antenna. We're going to go into that after, but I want to talk about the shoulder straps real quick. So the shoulder straps are actually from a cheap Amazon JPC that I had when I first started. When you get this vest, they'll come with thicker shoulder straps with shotgun shell mounts. I personally don't ever plan on running a shotgun, so I changed them out, and I just threw these thin ones on and folded the shoulder straps through to make it a little bit more comfortable for myself. In terms of the internal stuff, you have dummy plates that don't come with the vest. I actually put these in myself. I got these from Amazon for like 20 bucks. They're separate. They're basic styrofoam plates, and they just add a little bit of form to your plate carrier so it doesn't fold around and move. Moving to the left side, we have another mid-cap magazine. This is 150 rounds. It came with the Mark 18, but this is a very sturdy magazine. It has the same mag window feature, but very good magazine. Props to you, EMG, for including that with your gun. Not as bad high cap that most guns come with. In terms of my radio setup, I use a UV5R from Baofeng with an extended antenna. I believe this is the 16-inch antenna. It's folded over in E-tape because I don't really need an extended range, but I just throw it in a magazine pouch and I can easily turn it on and off and adjust the volume. On the back, we don't have anything because I don't really have a specific team that I run with where we stack up and clear rooms and that kind of shit, so I just have it blank and there's nothing really that I need back there. If we look on the right side, we have an admin pouch where I can put in grenades, extra batteries, again, any miscellaneous items that I like to carry around with me. Usually I'll put my car keys in there or my phone so nothing really gets hit by it. But yeah, pretty fat pouch that you can zipper up, and the zipper hasn't broken on me yet, so really do suggest these. Then we have two more, again, Banff magazines. just for extra capacity of ammo. So that's my plate carrier. This thing is pretty hefty when you have everything on it, but nothing bad at all. Moving into the more exciting stuff, we have a brand new belt setup that I built myself. Well, not built myself, but I've customized it to my liking. This is an Emerson Gear 175-inch Cobra belt with a D-ring for rappelling, but you don't need it. This is $100 on Evike, and it's very structured. It has an inner and outer belt, so you can put the inner belt through your belt loops on your pants and then strap the outer belt on through Velcro, and that adds a little bit more structure. Your belt won't bounce around on you. If we look on the left side of the belt, we have plastic Amazon Taco magazine pouches, one for a 9mm magazine and one for a 5.56 magazine. You'll see that I have another Glock magazine on here. So the thing with these magazines is that they are very well retained. They're tight and they won't flop around on you or fall out when you're running. However, when you do want to go and reload, they'll release very easily. You don't have to tighten them up or do anything. They'll tighten on their own, and they're retained by straps and bands, but these work very well and they look really nice on your belt. Moving to the rear, you'll see that I actually don't have anything because I like to keep my setup relatively light on my waist, because that's where I'm moving around the most, and I don't really need anything on the back. I don't carry an IFAK because medical stuff isn't as important to me, considering it's an airsoft game, and I don't really need to do any specific trauma related stuff. On the right side, we have a official Safariland 6360 holster with a Elite Force Glock 17 Generation 4. I'll get into that after, but going into the Safariland, this thing is very nice. It's a level 3 retention holster, and you can see why law enforcement uses these all around the world, right? So Safariland's a great brand. I love their holsters, and I used to run imitation holsters, but I decided to get myself a real one and really step up my game. So on the Safariland 6360, you have a Ronin Tactical gun strap. This is for your thigh, so it keeps the holster retained when you're running around, and you won't have it flopping when you're trying to pull your holster or anything. I really do enjoy a gun strap on your belt because it just prevents any unnecessary movement from your belt when you're trying to maneuver with your weapon. On the gun strap itself, we have a Cat Gen 7 tourniquet with its casing. Together, this is about $70 because the tourniquet's around $40 or $50, and then the casing is about 10 or 15. So, it's not too cheap, but, it's good to have just in case any medical emergency happens. I can throw it over to a ref and they can use it if need be. But this is my belt setup. I really do enjoy it. I think it looks really nice personally, and it's a good belt setup to have. I like to keep things light on my waist because I do move around a lot and maneuver from different positions, whether it's standing down to prone. But yeah, really good belt setup in terms of what I need and what I don't need. Now moving into the bread and butter of this video. A lot of people have seen on TikTok, if you guys follow me on TikTok, I got a new gun. This is a EMG Helios SEMA Platinum Daniel Defense, officially licensed Mark 18. It comes with a 14-inch Daniel Defense RAS2 Picatinny rail. This fucking gun is amazing, right? It's full metal, all functional controls, charging handle, bolt release and bolt catch, ejection port, right-handed oriented controls. One thing about the controls is I do prefer them to be ambidextrous, so I'm going to have to change out some internal parts, but right-handed shooters, this gun is for you. If you do switch off to your left hand and you like to be universal, then you're going to have to do some upgrades to this thing. But other than that, it's got all the official trades on it. It's got all the markings on the rails, on the sides, and it looks extremely nice and is very sturdy. There's no wobble to it at all. When the base gun comes in, obviously when you add attachments, there'll be some jiggle and whatever, but other than that, if I move it around here, there's no wobble at all. It's very sturdy and really functions well. So the thing is with this gun, I ordered the 400 FPS version. I'll do a full review on this gun later on, but it does not go 400 FPS. I used 2.5s and I was only getting 340, 350. So it's a little bit of false advertising because I was using an 11.1 Titan battery. It was fully charged as well, so those things are powerful. And if you guys know Airsoft, you use Titan batteries, and they're supposed to power your gun extremely well, but even at max capacity of a battery, it wasn't running anywhere close to 400 FPS. But it does have 28 RPS, so it's a very fast, snappy trigger, responsive gearbox, and it really can sling rounds down range. The only thing I want to upgrade is the inner barrel and the hop-up, because you never really keep stock barrels and hop-ups inside of airsoft guns. You always want to upgrade personally. That's what I like to do with my guns, but in terms of everything else, this gun is a beast and it can absolutely destroy. So let's get into the external stuff, the attachments. So moving from the rear, we have a 4-position standard crane stock. Now the thing with crane stocks is that they're included on a lot of Lancer Tacticals or G&G guns. This particular crane stock is extremely sturdy. It's made out of a thick polymer, and it's really well made and doesn't wobble around on you. A lot of those cheaper crane stocks will sort of break or snap around, but this really is built nice. I do enjoy it personally. Moving up to the middle upper receiver, we have metal iron sight posts that come with the Daniel Defense Mark 18, and they can lock, flip up and down. You can adjust windage and elevation, and they just look extremely well. They add a little nice touch to your other attachments. Moving forward, we have a EOTech 551 replica. I got this from my local Airsoft store over at UBG. Big shout out to the guys over at Ultimate Battlegrounds Airsoft. You guys are an amazing field. Go check them out if you guys haven't already. But it's an EOTech 551 replica, adjust windage and elevation. All attachments on this gun use CR123A batteries. That's what I like personally, is to use the same battery on every attachment on my gun, because it just keeps things a lot easier when I'm trying to change out batteries. I don't have to have a bunch of different types of batteries to throw in the different parts of the gun. So again, CR123A batteries, you can use the red modes, the green mode, and then adjust the brightness as well as windage and elevation on this sight. So really good imitation sight for what it is. It was about $90, but definitely suggest finding one of these and picking them up. Moving to the upper part of the rail, we have a Night Evolution Bravo white lights. These lights go for around $40 or $50 on Amazon, and the pressure pad switch is very nice. It can snap directly onto the rail. You don't have to tape it, because I know a lot of cheaper lights have the pressure pad switch where it's flimsy and you have to tape it on, secure it with e-tape. But the only band I have is a Ranger band, or it's just a little zip tie thing, but just to strap the wiring down. But in terms of the pressure pad, it's free flowing and you can just strap it on by itself. But I really do enjoy that with this flashlight, and it has some really good lighting modes. You can hold the light to solid burn it, and then obviously click it a bunch of times to strobe it. It doesn't have anything where you just press it and it will stay on. I personally don't enjoy that, because I like to control the amount of white light that I use if I'm going around a corner or maneuvering in a dark environment. I don't like to have my enemies see me before I'm even close to the doorway. I do enjoy that white light control. Moving up forward is the D-ball imitation box that I have. I actually got this off of Hop Up with my Crytac. It came with my Crytac when I bought it, so I'm not exactly sure where it came from or who makes it. It doesn't have any markings on it. Oh wait, it does. It's a VISM, so I'll do some research, see if I can find it for you guys. But pretty cheap D-ball. It's all metal, but it's really cool because it has a working green laser on it. I'm not going to shine it close to the camera, but it has a working green laser, and then different flashlight modes that you can use. I believe this one doesn't work. Oh wait, it does. But yeah, you can change it to different colors ranging from red, white, blue, and then green. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's an imitation D-ball, and it really fits snugly on your weapon. Moving to the front, we have another iron sight post that came with the Mark 18. Again, I like to have my sight posts up for an extra backup sight if my main sight does go down. I'm probably going to get candid 45s on this, probably some irons that go off to the side, because I like to tilt my gun a lot, kind of a speed softer in a way. But on the front, we have an SRC armament imitation suppressor. I like to throw a can on there just for LARPing purposes, because we're all dress up and play with toy guns. But it adds more of a special operations look, and I think this gun looks really good. I'm going to add a foregrip to it eventually, but as of right now, this is my main squeeze, and I really do enjoy this gun. I think it looks really good for what it is. It was $300 on e-bike. Comes with 13 ones, metal reinforced version 2 gearbox, SEMA Platinum, and I think it just runs really well. The hop up is the only issue that I have with it, but other than that, great gun. Moving to the last part of this loadout, we have my sidearm. This is a Glock 17 Generation 4, and I'm actually going to cover some features of the Safariland with this gun. So this is, again, Elite Force Umarex Glock 17 Generation 4. I've had this thing for a little bit, up to a year now. As you can see, it's really gone through the ringer. It has scratches and scuffs all over it, but this gun has run through the weather with me and has held up every part of the way. So on the bottom of the gun, we have a TLR1 by Streamlight. This is a great flashlight. It's about $102 on Amazon, and it's extremely sturdy. A lot of law enforcement officers use Streamlights. But what's cool about this light is that it has a pressure activated light or a solid burning light. So you can pressure activate it or have it solid burning, but I personally just like to use the pressure because I can maneuver and activate it whenever I want to. So last thing that I want to go over before we wrap up this video are my gloves. These are mechanics gloves. They are soft. There's no padding, so you're not going to get any protection, but I do enjoy running the thinner gloves because I get more feeling with my weapons and I can maneuver a lot easier. I think the hard shell gloves are a little bit less feely per se. You don't get as much feeling and maneuverability. You do get protection, but I don't really think I'm as tactile as I could be if I had padding. It kind of restricts your finger movement, and I do enjoy these a lot more. Alright guys, so that was my updated gear loadout. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you on the field.